Okay, we are hopefully back. I need to put the music back on. I've been playing around a lot with settings today, trying to add in the overlay that Price gave me, and I seem to have screwed everything up. Let's just get the music back up. Okay. We are back. You haven't really missed anything. Prepped out the 3 moving ships, and now start reaping out the remaining ships. Primarily, as I need to get so many dredges today, I will be prepping and doing things slowly so that I can hopefully achieve my target of refilling on uranium. I must remember I have my camera live. Okay, let's have a go at doing this. So, as I said before, we stop the Reapers slightly early so that we don't get into the thermal range of the moving ships. And now there should do us. Hopefully 1, 2 salvos, that's not going to be enough. Need about 3 salvos to kill one of these scouts. There you go, that one's dead. Should be able to kill this one off as there's nothing else to fire at. And then back out we go. Currently my plan is still to build Banshees once I've finished the Rhino fleet. I'm going to put 6 of the new Scourge torps on, which outrange the thermal on everything in Dredges at the moment. So I will be able to prep these much more easily. Just driving subs around rather than having to manage things quite so much as with Reapers, and with their long downtime they obviously do a better job. So let's zoom out, we got him. Hopefully we'll get this guy on this submerge. I'll also be able to stake out those inner fast moving ships with torps and much longer submerge time, and then use something like Gore Sabres with rockets to clear out the island, or even my old Grimshine Spader. Grimshine? No. Spader DNX fleet. I quite like it if I can make use of the older fleets that I've got built for some of the basic chores. It opens up options for hitting dredges more often. I have pretty much stopped doing the Friday dredge day as the FM takes up too much time, and the fleet that I would use to do dredges I use to do the Forsaken mission. This guy we can do in a single hit, and then we'll come in and clear up the island. coming down with a cold of some sort, which is not good. Oh, didn't want to retreat from there yet. Let's go back in. Right, move here. Attack. Attack, attack. Just so I can hold it while I bring over the fleet to kill everything that's left. Should be okay there. Yep. Go back to the map. Go back to my base. I just killed battle pirates. Man, things are not going well this morning. Oh, come on, load. Yes, and I have a fleet in battle. Full screen view. Right. Start that repairing. Yes, I want to launch. Normally I go in from the bottom of these. I'm trying going in at the top just so I can get my ships set up and split out how I like them before things start firing at me. Hopefully start to get into a rhythm with these things and pick up the pace on how I'm killing them. Tactic with the wrong fleet. Everything seems very, very laggy today. More so than usual. I'm going to try cutting out my camera. See if that speeds things up a little bit. Let's move Reaps over here. So we bring everything over that way except the Frostburn. That way all the splash damage doesn't affect the rest of the fleet, as most of the weapons in here are splash damage rather than accuracy based. That's another one done. Now let's have a look for another dredge fleet. Well, they've gone quickly. Well, we have lots of time today to find dredges and open them up. Hopefully between spawns and dredge availability I can repair this fleet. Keep things under control so that I can start the Forsaken mission tonight. We have 2 dredges here. We want to get him so he's out of the way for when we bring Reapers in. So we now only have 2 scouts circling the outer perimeter to kill first. I'll send him on his way home. So we now have 2 scouts to kill off first, and then we'll come in and kill the hulks. They are slowly making their way round. Slowly. I was looking at the speed of these fellas on the Dark Alliance, and they have a combat speed, I believe, of 55. The other thing that I have changed, which may be causing me some issues, is I've tried to up the frame rate of the videos I'm uploading, and I've also upped the data rate of the audio. I'm not sure that's the solution to my problem. Some of the problem is me. I seem to have about doubled the data rate of my upstream with the changes that I've made, and this is a completely new learning process for me. Thank you for bearing with me while I get myself sorted and set up properly. So we need to come in over this way somewhere to pick off this last guy and try and avoid getting shot at. Here. I'm fairly sure it must have docked by now. Yeah, that seems to have worked. We're not getting shot at. Wait until I submerge and then kill this fella off. And then again we just have the 2 scouts left and the island. So while the retreat timer is loading, we'll go get the Crusaders. Sorry guys, I was checking messages on my phone while I'm waiting for the game to load various things. And that ping, if you picked it up, was my work messaging me. Just see what they want. Sorry, back should be able to multitask and deal with this while we kill a dredge. Hey, Cuttlefish. I have a viewer. How you doing? I'm just trying to keep an eye on my work messages as well. People know I'm trying to play Battle Pirates. Right. That's completely messed my setup up. There we go. Yeah, I got lots of ranking to do later. 2 new boats out. Currently got 3 stripes on them, so lots to do as I want to get them ranked up before Caustic Warfare ends. If I was feeling brave, I would have that fleet out autoing cargo at the moment, but I don't want to pick up the extra repairs in case it gets sniped while I'm doing this. There's 2 more here. Excellent. I really need to carry on ranking my Gore Sabres as well, but with only 1 anti-Triton. I have to prioritise which one I rank, or I have to start driving one. Most of the time it's easier just to auto everything. No, I've not hit Earthsea in a couple of months. I've never had a fleet that is conveniently ready to rank with them. October I should be good, and I'll be using them to rank my rhinos hopefully. It would be really good if they did those twice a month, particularly as rank is so important these days. The fat tournaments used to be great for ranking fleets as well. When we could use our own boats, I used those to get a few fleets up to legendary. Now, I don't know if you've experienced it, but I randomly get low level ships becoming legendary with the new toy box style fat. Yeah, I have tried the holdouts. In fact, I posted a video last night on my YouTube channel of me hitting them. I've seen some videos since of people doing them more effectively. I hit 3. I took about a quarter damage on my Frosty Crusader fleet and got nothing from that for the first one. And then I hit 2 more using my Enforcer and Grimshine's Wrath, and again got nothing but a 9-hour repair bill. Oh, I missed that one. So I'm not sure I'm going to hit any more of them at the moment. I can live without the tech that comes from them, I think, given that they are limited, and so if you want to put it on more than one ship, you need more than one copy of the blueprint. Have you tried them? Remember, you can only use it once per time you win it. Ouch, that's a lot of repair. If you're on the Alliance Crib on Facebook, they have a few videos up on there now of doing them for... There's in fact a video for doing them instant repair using zombie fleets. Worth a look if you are interested. Yeah, one of my Alliance mates got an Agility 4 blueprint and it's going on his Frosty. Particularly good if you're using it as a spotter for things. The extra pinch resistance is going to really help out, I think. Have you looked in your retrofit lab to see if Agility 4 comes in the same retrofit group as the other agility systems? Not something I've looked to check to see if it comes up. Thanks. Obviously Kix wouldn't try and put them in a different group. It's not Christmas. Oh, that's cool. At least they haven't tried to add it to its own retrofit group because it's a special component. I should have a look at that, I suppose. I haven't checked post update what's been added. Let's have a quick look. I guess is that for the new special? Oh, and we've got hunter specials. So that's strike warheads, gives a bonus to concussion and penetration damage. Cannon platforms. I'm I'm not sure if that's new or not. I'm sure we had a DU Shells special before, or retro before. Yeah, the fact it's called Hunter Specials suggests that there might be some more. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure that it's an old one, but it seems strange that we wouldn't have had a retro for DU Shells. And it's interesting that it doesn't list the new EM Rail special in there. But with the bonuses it gives, it won't affect it because it's just a critical hit bonus, isn't it? Have they got their own group, or are they part of one of the existing groups? I wasn't paying enough attention when I looked through the weapons. I'll go back and look at that. Damage bonus is nice, I guess. So that'll go up to, that must be the plus 20 something % group at R15, which is a pretty heavy damage bonus with how much damage they do. You're looking at another 200, 300 damage. Yeah, I don't think I've seen those torps in action yet. I haven't had a look for a video on YouTube. I should start building Banshees with them on around the start of the next raid. Yeah, I know it was 900 and something, so looking at about 250. Now, I like my sub-fleets, and I haven't built Nighthawks yet. I think Banshees are a good option. That extra submerged time is nice. I picked up 3 of them in the FAT. Spent some of my free Kickside gold and we had the outages all the time. I think I got 350 gold out of that. I like the look of the FAT prize this month, but given that it's top 3 only, unless I manage to get into an easy bracket, I can't see myself winning that. Unless we have another... Yeah, good timing. I I love the idea of a built-in cavitation field. That's going to make scourges much easier to kill. My hope is that one of my alliance mates will win one and the raid becomes co-op. The only other way I'll be spending on the fat is if we have another weekend of outages and Kixeye give me lots of gold. And then if I'm in an easy enough bracket, I will use some of that to try and pick one up. I haven't looked at the DPS yet for the new weapon, but it looks quite interesting. The idea of a corrosive damage weapon. Yeah, the Cobra Scattergun, that's the one. I've had a quick look at the blueprint a few times and it reads like it's sort of a torpedo. I think it can go on any underwater weapon slot. So you could probably fit it on the prototype hunters instead of torps. In its 3 torpedo only slots. Need to double check the blueprint there. It's not a hybrid weapon slot only weapon. Let's get the forums up and have a look. Oh no, it has to go on a hybrid slot. So yeah, it can go on things like Reapers, V2Hs, V2Cs, the Prototype Hunter. I think its main slots are hybrid slots. Did I keep that open or not? Yes. It doesn't provide a combat speed bonus, so I couldn't replace my cryo depth charges on the Aegis that I used them on. That would obviously be too much to ask for. Oh. And I'm not paying attention properly. Yeah, it looks like it fires underwater. You could even use it on some suicide Kudas. They're all hybrid weapon slots. It's got decent 72 or 76 range. The problem with Reapers in most PvE stuff is starting surfaced. And the fact that you take damage submerged still, whereas with a Kuda fleet you wouldn't take any damage. Yeah, I think you're realistically, to get enough to put a fleet together, you're looking at top 10 to because it's another limited blueprint. Top 10 without spending anything is going to be a challenge, I suspect. Yeah. My reaction when I opened the work in progress last night was meh. Whole load of new limited blueprints and a special target to hit to get them. What I wanted to see was Shipyard 3, Walls 7. Yeah, Shipyard 3 and Wall 7 would be nice. Something sensible done to the difficulty of Scourge targets. Yeah, I think I agree there. They probably are harder than Dredges in a way. Fusion cruisers seem to be really good for them. I watched another video on YouTube, and even better, fusion cruisers with a wake module Monarch. You can almost outrun most of the Reaver ships, and you outrange them. So if you've got fusion cruisers built, you've got a Monarch or maybe even a Hurricane laying about, you could put together a nice fleet for that. Yeah, I have quite a few anti-missiles on the fleet that I used for it, so they didn't do too much damage, and if you keep moving they do splash, so you can outrun them. So it didn't look to me like that did too much damage. It was the throwers on the scouts and the drones on the Hulk. Those Locust UAVs always seem to tear up my ships. So up to 116,000 uranium already. That's 30k so far. Do we have any more dredges left? A few. A few. So once you've killed off the scouts and the drones in there, I think you can go in with subs, with B-Torps, and you just about outrange them on their thermal. I think you have to edge up to them so that you just start firing. I haven't tried it myself. Again, lots of videos on YouTube appearing of these things. I thought about that. I think I posted, I can't remember what page it was on, there was a thread talking about that. Yeah, I think they will probably work. It's probably not too bad a refit either, with the missiles only being 10 hours each. Another instant repair option is if you've got a fleet of battle cruisers laying around. Yeah, could have been. I posted a battle cruiser build on there using all blade missiles. Because once you get it to R10, obviously you've got thermal, you've got better bonuses, and if you can get them to legendary, you still get instant repair using the VXP repair specialist. Yeah, look forward to hearing how that fleet does in the raid. I still have one fleet of seawalls left. Yeah, I've looked at a few different battlecruiser builds for instant repair stuff. I did look at using launchers on them, but launchers add armour bonuses, of course, which makes them hard to keep them instant repair. And even if you've not, no, they're not. They've got 2 stars on them. I stopped using them a long time ago. That's alright. I have hit a few bases with them that I've prepped out. But I have nothing. There we go. I went through a phase of trying to find bases that I could Reaper prep and then Seawolf out. Which is quite good fun. No, my Thud 4 Seawolves are not legendary, unfortunately. If they were, I would think about refitting them. I have seen one legendary Seawolf fleet in the past. I think the only fleets that I have that are legendary now are fleets that I've built since legendary rank came out. When it was launched, I tried to find my words. When it was launched, I tried to rank up a few of my older fleets, but realised how slow a process it is. So most of the fleets you'll see me using now are legendary. Most of my older fleets are not. They should let you grind some. You might want to think about putting something with sonar in there, just to make it easier to spot things. Maybe a zombie frosty to spot for you. Quite a few of the skirt ships you can see without sonar. On the time limited campaign, actually they were surfaced when I was firing at them. I think it's the second or third one on the time limited campaign. You can sub out a load of the little tiny ships, but I was firing at those when they were surfaced rather than submerged. So many players must have old battlecruiser fleets laying around. I used to know a guy who had about 4 battlecruiser fleets, all of which were legendary, because he used them to auto the weekly. And if people could pick up the blade missile and refit those, I'm sure you could certainly hit the lower level open water targets with them and rack up points. unfortunately most people don't seem to be willing to grind out the elite tier of the Forsaken mission to get the tech that would let you do that. I did have a play around in Huggies trying to work out a build using tier 3 tech, but the damage difference between a blade missile and an assault disruptor missile is so much that, sorry, bypass disruptor missile, the one at tier 3, the DPS is so different that it's hard to put together a fleet that can compete. Siege battery I think is important for doing the weekly. I don't know what you feel is the key piece of tech. Yeah, I don't have fusions and antipodes without fusions built. I use my Frosty Crusader fleet, and the Frosty's got a siege battery on it, which cuts the damage down a lot. And I tend to prep with Reapers where possible. I can do an 85 if I drive well for about an hour and a half's damage. I was trying a technique last week. I tried to do it on my stream, but I just couldn't get my my coordination down right. I did manage it in the end, of prepping all the ships out. So Frosty Crusaders to take out the V2Hs, then back in back in with Reapers to kill out the Torp turrets, the SCXs and the Kodiaks, and then just going in and killing one block of turrets at a time and retreating, and I could generally get that for instant repair. It was slow and I got very bored in the end, and I stopped doing that. Prepping the ships out saves a lot of damage, and my game has always been about taking less damage. Generally I only coin repairs during raids, so where possible I want to do things for as little damage as I can. That's one of the reasons I built Reapers. I built them before they got nerfed, so they were really good for prepping people with bases out, and they are still really good for a lot of the chores. And it's the main reason I've decided to start streaming, is to try and help people do things for low damage. Certainly the chores anyway. Raids, because although I don't spend a huge amount on raids, I do care about how much damage I take. I'd forgotten there was one of those there. Oh, let's try and get out of the way of him. So raids, because I coin, I'm less cautious sometimes, particularly if I'm time limited. The last Reaver raid I had about 3 hours to do as the whole raid. So it was 2 Grease Monkeys and blitzing elites. Luckily I got it all done before they upped the difficulty, as I then went away on holiday for a week. Which meant I missed out on some prizes that I would have liked. I would have liked to pick up another Aegis. And the last raid, the first Scourge raid, I spent more than I would generally have spent on doing things. They're not back yet. It seems like it was the best way. I wouldn't normally have blitzed it like that. The elites, with how they ended up, you could do quite a lot of work picking them apart and saving damage, but I just didn't have the time. and I had 2 grease monkeys, so got it done, got all the new stuff, got a lot of the tokens in about 3 hours. Yeah, I'm really hoping they'll bring it back for the next raid. That way, at least if the difficulty is really bad, you can co-op with someone that's a lower level. Help them out, they get bonuses, you get points from their targets. I'd not seen that. Thanks for that one. Is that on the forum somewhere? It'd be really good if you can. Lots of my alliance are desperate to know if it's co-op, so it'd be nice if I could let them know and have a reference for it. I like being able to point people at where I found these things out. One more ship to get. Thanks. Don't worry if you can't find it. I'll have a search later. I think that'll create a lot of unhappy players if there's no co-op next raid. I'm hoping they're going to get Doom back on the BV show soon and actually talk to him about the raid. I think he was supposed to be on there the show, either the show when the last raid started or the show after, and strangely he didn't appear. I would really like to find out how kicks I think they did in a raid. I don't play Vega Config, but I sometimes listen to their BV show when I'm driving, and they get metrics like number of players that redeemed the top prize, numbers of players that redeemed all the different new tech that's available, and I would love to know the same for BP. If they can release it for one game, I don't see why they can't release it for another. So, how many people took all the new tech? That sort of thing would be really interesting to know as to really what happened in terms of player numbers in the raid. And just whether they deemed it a successful raid. I'm guessing the way they were scrambling to offer tokens and extra points, they didn't have a particularly happy raid. But I like numbers. I would like to know how bad it was compared to the last raid. The Vega guys did a debrief on their raid last week, and I think 10% of the people that did, the token campaign, the extra, I think they put an extra 2 days of tokens in the store as well. I'm not sure how they figured that would help when we didn't yet have the tech available to effectively beat them. I know I was annoyed that we didn't. I'm wondering if they'll do it this weekend instead. I guess we'll find out on Saturday when they switch it on or not. On the Vega show they said 10% of the people that attempted the raid redeemed the top prize, which is a high number apparently. They seem to run a time limited campaign every weekend now. We had Let It Burn last week. I'm wondering if we'll get Drac Attack this weekend. Total guessing on my part at the moment, seeing as there was nothing in the update notes this week, and seeing as they don't ever update the calendar post releasing the work in progress, which is always wrong. I don't know about any other Battle Pirates players, but I try and plan builds around things like tokens being available to have ships ready for things like the new raid. So I worked out that I could just about have all my rhinos built ready for the October raid, but it was based on having Drac Attack. It's only 2 days less. But it's frustrating. Doom spoke in the past about having a calendar, an online calendar on the forums, so that players could check when things were changing, because a lot of the bad information is apparently not his fault, which I can believe. He's the community manager, he's not one of the devs or one of the planners or developers, and clearly they have a problem with communication internally and externally, but a calendar that actually reflected what was going to happen, or even a calendar or just an update every week to the work in progress that says time limited campaigns have changed, we're going to do them in this order now, or we've removed this one because I'm not going to refit too many fleets for the new campaign. Obviously Dock 12 means refits. My Frosty Crusader fleet's going to get a refit with Dock 12. guard might or might not. After the last flattening I had, I'm debating on the value of a guard at the moment. Neptunes equipped with blade missiles hurt a lot. I did replay it on not my last stream, but the one before. In fact, they weren't even blade missiles, they were Harrier missiles, and I didn't fire a single shot. The retargeted Harriers did so much damage to my guard that he sat out of range of the Goliath, killed that, and the retarget off the Goliath killed my Enforcer. No worries, man. Does that mean you found the post you were looking for? Yay, excellent news. That will make a lot of players happy. Copy that, I will open it in a second. Thanks for finding that. Strangely, a lot of bigger guys were unhappy that it had been switched off because it meant they couldn't help people. In the past, I've had a lot of help with raids from a lot of people when I was starting out. In fact, even when I wasn't starting out, I just didn't have the right tech built, and it made a big difference. And it's nice to pay some of that help on. Again, there are low levels that just can't get anything in raids. I think people do. I think people want to help each other. The social side of the game for a lot of people is much more than the actual playing the game. So a lot of people a lot of big players were unhappy that they couldn't help people. And it's a really good way to get cheap points as well. Helping a player who's under level 60 with strike campaign, if you can't quite do your own siege campaign, is a really good way of getting cheap points. I'm not always the best person at helping people, partly because of time. Weekend time is very valuable for me, so if I have time and I'm close to getting the points I need, I will help people, or if I've got gold spare to throw fleets about. To check how much uranium I've got. That's very good. I know a lot of big players do. It really helps the game. If big players have the time and are willing to spend the money to help grow younger players, or not younger players, new players, get them the tech they need, it really makes a big difference to the game. You suddenly got guys who can start to help themselves. Like I said, fusion cruisers and D98s. I know a lot of lower levels who were able to get that tech thanks to help. And once they've got it built, they can do their own elite tier Forsaken mission and get themselves the tech they need to fight. Yeah, it is fun helping people sometimes. I've had a few older raids, the early Reaver raids where you were getting sets of targets and scrambling with 5 or 10 minutes to go trying to help someone finish the 1 or 2 bonus sets they need. looks suspiciously like spam, so we won't click on that. Now let's open up the link that you gave me. Yeah, those were good times. You know, the scramble in the last few minutes to try and help someone get the prize they need. Yeah, definitely. Even now, it's, you know, that can be the fun bit. Excellent. There we go. Co-op is planned to be enabled for the next event. Appreciate you finding that. 1 second. Okay, and we're back. Kind of bored of hitting dredges now. And I doubt there are any left, to be honest. So we'll do a little bit of ranking, I guess. Got these up to 15% already, and about between 150 and 200 VXP to get them to the next one. Haven't used any salty dogs yet. Waiting until I've got them a little bit higher and I can get more out of the salty dogs. just wondering if I can put some different countermeasures boats with these. Yeah, I am. I've been looking at that as well. I figure that see if I can find my Rhino build. I did have it open until I killed. Okay. Nine days is pretty good. No. Let me open up Facebook. What level countermeasures have you put on there? Interesting. My countermeasures Triton is a mixture of 2s and 3s, or B's and C's, and it works really well. But it was quite a long build. Doesn't have all the changes I'm planning to make in it. So let's just update it. But I decided to put a little bit more armour on the build after I got it planned out. But yeah, that's the build I'm going for. The rate of 3 disruptor missiles, 9 blades and 2 phalanx too. But what I was wondering is, for the Forsaken mission, whether to drop one of these and put in a countermeasures version. Let's see what that would look like. And how long it would take to build. So we need to get combat speed up to about 30. Yeah, I did a complete refit on the Frosty. I've got to put countermeasures on it for the same reason, to do the Forsaken mission with. Could put one D98 on there for range. Yeah, I don't want to have to get the weight of guided missile going on the countermeasures. I want to try and keep this ship quite light, so that I can use it for other things. We'll put an armour special on there. We put a siege battery on there as well. It's a sort of 10-day build. That's not bad without armour, and quite nice defences. How armoured could we make that? See, that could make quite a nice tank for the Forsaken mission as well. Yeah, could just load it with D2E. Let's see what that would look like. That's still pretty good defences, isn't it? 88% ballistic, 93 missile defence for turrets, 75% evade. That would work really well in an 85. And we've still got 2 ships, once they're legendary, doing 90,000 DPS, building DPS to take down the turrets. I like that idea. Yeah, nearly 12k's worth of armour. I tend to look at these numbers, the how much damage they can take. I like that. I do like that. I might build that once I've finished building the ships I need for this fleet. So I tweak these around a little bit to give them about 14 to 15k's worth of armour, because that's about the level that people seem to be using on V2H fleets to do the whole caustic warfare without repair, which is one of the targets for this fleet. And this guy in my alliance had a V2H fleet with that sort of amount of armour that could do the whole siege campaign as well in the raid. So yeah, rhinos are a great hull. No, I've got enough mortar ships, and until they bring out a 90 plus range mortar for them, I don't think they're worth it anymore. If you hit anything that's got throwers in it, yeah, that's not bad, I guess. Probably an easy way to rank it as well. That's what that fella's for, just to slowly rank it up. You see my Harlock's Triton is on, I think it's in the high 60s in rank, and it's so much better than when I first built it. I originally built it to go with nuke cruisers back when they were good for hitting drak bases. Yeah, completely. You could fill them with D98 as well, with the unreactive they've got. They would probably work quite well. In fact, one of my alliances has got a Rhino with D98 on it to tank for his fusion cruisers. Another dredge spawn coming up soon, so I might hit a few more. And best thing about the Rhino, well, one of the best things is that 2-day build time. 2-day build time, 15 weapon slots, 5 special slots, 5 armour slots. That's a pretty high end hull, really, isn't it? It's got thermal, it's got sonar, it's unreactive, it's in the class of unreactive hulls, which means you need a lot of supercharge to get any sort of boom. Yeah, and it's fast. Good point. And the build that I'm working on, I'm only putting speed system 3 on the Rhinos, and it's got interception system as well, because I want to run it with Frosty, and the Frosty has speed 5 on it, which gives them both about 30 combat speed. I know you can get Rhinos a lot faster than that, but I figured it was enough. With 4 special slots on the Frosty, let's put the Frosty build up. I'm going for D98s on it with interception system. The theory being that D98s can hit. Yeah, that's. Excuse me. I think I might have looked at that actually, and I couldn't quite get the speed to match. So yeah, the D98s are because you can get a boom on some of the Scourge ships. Heavy plating 2, that's an interesting idea. Let's have a look. Because I immediately went to heavy plating 3. Wrong one. Right, so that gives me 40 defence. Heavy plating 2 gives 43. Hmm. Might be onto something there. An extra 1% defence boosts the. Why isn't the turn? Our turn speed is the same, isn't it? Hey, Wiz, thanks for the host. But you don't get the accuracy penalty either, do you? And does that change? No, it doesn't change Huggy's DPS calculations, but obviously it will. Oh, I'll have to think about that. It means refitting 2 ships. Could certainly put it on the one that I've not built yet. That is a very good idea, Cuttlefish. That is a very good idea. I'm going to bookmark that, just in case I accidentally close it. Back to full screen. How's it going, Wiz? No dredges yet. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Technically I'm at work at the moment, as you can tell. Hit a bunch of dredges already this morning. Doing a bit of ranking now in the break, and been another game that I've played yet. Yeah, been talking through build ideas with Cuttlefish. I did try Rust, which is similar, I believe, to Daisy, and I got fed up of starting with nothing and getting killed by people with guns all the time. Might as well hit another cargo while I'm waiting. Thanks for the follow. You're the first person to trigger my new alerts. Ah. I might have to give that a look then. I might drop you a PM about that. see how much Daisy is now. To look at. Have I put armour special? Yes, I have already on that one. But I think definitely Rhino number 3 is going to have heavy plating 2 and speed 5 on it. That's Australian, I guess. What is? Don't know what the exchange rate is between Australian and UK. I've been pointed at a site, okay, US, so that was probably 20 to 25 pounds. That's not bad. So yeah, someone sent me a link to a site, or I found it on a Facebook group that I'm on, for getting discount Steam codes. And some of them are quite big discounts, some of them are 70% off. So I will, I'll see if I can find that link and have a look on there. I have to watch a few Daisy videos as well and see how it compares to what Rust was like. I'm just going to see if I can find that link and see if it's on there. Just need to find the right group on Facebook. Where is it? I think I'm on the right page. No, I'll have a look for that later. The other game that I like the look of is Elite Dangerous. I used to love Elite, the original Elite, when I was a kid. And I've watched Price play it a few times, and Fear play it, and it looks like a good game. I'm pretty sure my computer could handle running it. I'm not sure if it could handle streaming it. Again, it looks like it's a game that's more fun if you've got a group of you together, rather than playing it solo. It's the same playlist, yeah. It's Technoax, at least. He seems to be about the best royalty-free music around. I've tried a few others with mixed success. So yeah, I've stolen his music. He's done me an overlay. Now I just need some of his viewers. That was a joke, by the way. Technoax's stuff is really easy to find. Just do a YouTube search for his channel. I think. Yeah, thanks, man. I do appreciate it. I was chatting to Bryce yesterday. He said he's going to try and help me build up a bit of an audience as well. I think generally I tend to stream at different times to when most of the US guys are up and looking for things to watch. I guess it's your evening now. Yeah, I think this is my this is the second time I've had 2 viewers live. Last night I managed to get a couple when I was streaming a revert holdout things. My YouTube channel seems to do better, to be honest. I am going to try and start promoting it a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's the early hours of the morning, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to try and start promoting it a bit more on Facebook. Not through my own Facebook. There are too many BP trolls in the world for that. So I've created another one. I've started posted one video up on the BV page. Tends to be about the most sane Battle Pirates Facebook page. Yeah, that's a good idea actually. I've not embraced Twitter so far. That might be a good idea. It's also approaching jump time for the week. Check once I've got my fleets docked. We have a new sector picked out, and it would appear we have a former member nearby who has decided it's a good idea to rocket someone's dock. It could be a fun week. Yep, in just under 5 hours it starts. We've got 3 new prizes. They've got the EM rails sorted that they couldn't release last week because they weren't ready, which is kind of surprising when it's a special that adds a critical hit percentage chance. So this week I'm expecting to get that new special and the ballista turret, I think. And then we've got 2 more weeks before the raid, I believe. Just trying to load up a calendar to check. Yeah, it'll be a long time before I build it. I'm guessing you need a level 6 turret. I just want to get it out of the way so I can win build tokens. So we have this week, and then 1, 2, 2 more Forsaken missions before the raid starts. So that will be 8 days worth of build tokens, plus bonus packs. Yep. Yeah. Lol. Thanks for that tip. I'll try to remember not to do that. I have made the mistake of putting the Vicks oil on my pillow and then rolling over on it in the night, which is probably the same thing. I'm not laughing at you, honest. Yeah, back to the BP question. Yeah, it'll be quite a while before I actually build that turret. Like I say, OP7, Dock 12, hopefully Shipyard 3, 5 warehouses to upgrade. That's unfortunate, mate. That's very unfortunate. Next time, work on your aim, maybe. But you have cheered me up. Yep, you fixed that problem. No more sneezing from your eye. I would say you've probably stopped your eye running as well, but I guess it's watering kind of a lot now. Where have my ships gone? Here we go. Yeah, I'm not worried about res gen build times. I've not even got a level 10 res generator yet. Like most people, I keep them in my base to force a save and just to move forward to the 25% point, so that people do more damage, kill more before they get anywhere near anything worthwhile. I've never had the spare base power, so I can really take use of attack modules like that. I'm right up on the limit of max power. I think I have maybe 2 tactical modules in my base. I've got 1 on my OP, and I think maybe 1 on a warehouse. Pyro's a good turret, that's what I use for my front line. Yeah, I've got most all of the turrets available, and the limited ones seem to eat up quite a lot of power. I didn't take the APOC when it first came out because I didn't see the point in mortar, and that was quite a mistake. So I took it the next time it became available. From what I remember, it was either a raid where there were a lot of prizes, or it was a raid that was difficult, and so I didn't see the point in spending the extra time to win it. Stop a little bit early to get this last scout. I would say it's worth picking up, but I'm not sure now. It's good for making people keep moving in your base. It might have been. Yeah, I suspect you're right. Because I know I took the limited hull and the normal hull, and that would have probably been when the Pandemonium mortar came out, I suspect. I've seen the APOC mortar still work very effectively against less tough fleets in bases. Cheers, Wiz. That might be a job for later, to try and set up a Twitter account. Audience is slowly growing. I've got a few more people following me now. I tend to try and jump on Price's stream when he's on. That's picked me up a few followers. Reading another work email. Right, Crusader time. I've done the first 2 cuttlefish. I did the first one the night when it went live and streamed that. And then I did the second run through after some peer pressure from my alliance. Someone had found out that you could use D98s to kill some of them, so I gave it a try. It was not cheap, it was moderately effective. It killed certain ships, which is why I have my planning to put D98s on the Frosty with my rhinos. I'm now waiting until probably the Saturday or Sunday before it finishes, where I will have 2 of my rhinos built before I try it again. I'm in 194 at the moment, but we are all about to relocate. Yeah, I've got the torps. We jump every week, and it's that point in the week at the moment. I think we're going to the 300 somewhere. Are you still in the same sector, Wiz, or did you move when the price moved? Okay, so you're still in Alpha. Hiya Saint, welcome to my stream. 3 viewers, that is now a record. I'll let you take credit for that, Wiz, with your tweet. That's not a good idea, mate. Don't do that. Don't scrap everything. When you get to that point, walk away and play something different. Oh, cool. Welcome along anyway. I appreciate you stopping by. I'm guessing, Wiz, that was because of the latest tech dump and limited specials, maybe?
This is my finale. Last grand.
That guy still can't sing. I think the new BPs are quite nice. The fact that they are limited is completely stupid, and I've hit 3 of those new targets and I got nothing but a stack of repairs, and I'm not planning to hit any more. Yeah, I can understand that. Whereas I watched someone try and hit one with a fleet of Gore Sabres and it died quickly. Launcher Hellhounds seem to work quite well. A friend who's got D98s on his Hellhounds, they work brilliantly. My Frosty Crusader fleet did okay. I got about 1/4 damage, but I'm not planning to hit anymore. 67 base, sorry. I thought you meant the new targets. I'm guessing he had the 2 supercharged specials on his enforcers with, which will probably eat up fleets like that. What you need is a fleet of Neptunes with blade missiles on, and you can go and completely golf course his base. Yeah, those are the days when you feel like you want to punch the monitor, huh? Unfortunately, I think, yeah, I try and stay away from people like that, Wiz, personally. Life's too short. In terms of the new tech being limited, it's stupid, but unfortunately it seems that's the way the game's going. We had our first limited weapon in the last raid. Since then we've had 3. We've got 3 limited specials now, I think, because the special that's in the FAT that's coming tomorrow is limited. We've got another limited weapon coming in the Forsaken Arena tournament. We've got limited anti-mortars now, seriously, limited countermeasures. We've got another limited flagship coming. Yeah. You picked your toys back up, huh, Wiz? I was fully expecting another heavy weapon to come in the weekly. I did wonder if the blade missile was going to be a heavy weapon before they released it, given that the first 2 heavy weapons are absolutely pointless. I did see someone hit an 85 with Neptunes with Death Scythes on, and I'm trying to remember, I think the Death Scythes might have done some damage before the blade missiles wiped everything out, but not a significant amount. That's not where I want to start. Okay, this side. Yeah, I had exactly the same suspicion that the blade was going to be a heavy weapon. I knew we were getting a new missile, that's why I built my rhinos without any weapons on them. Completely agree. If I do build a Neptune fleet, it will have blade missiles on, it will not have heavy weapons. Unfortunately, Wiz, I think it is, although Cuttlefish did point me out a post to say that it's going to be a co-op raid. And I think if you've got Rhinos or V2Hs with blade missiles on, it will be significantly easier. I've seen a V2H fleet fully loaded with blades walk through the Caustic Water campaign. I haven't looked to see how the ships in that compare to the ships in the raid in terms of their health and things. Fit a couple of blades on them, Wiz. But to replace some of your Harriers with blades is a quick refit, and the damage numbers are insane. I showed this earlier when Cuttlefish was in on here. This is the Rhino fleet that I'm building, which has 9 blade missiles on 3 ships. That was one we were playing about with countermeasures. Why doesn't that work suddenly? Okay, so we have 9 blade missiles, 3 disruptor missiles. And when we look at the DPS, it does nearly 45,000 DPS. So 3 of those, you're looking at 150,000 ship DPS. That will kill things very, very quickly. The 2 Mastodons I was using in the last raid don't quite touch that, so they're not doing quite as much damage as one of these ships. Seriously, for blade missiles, you won't be disappointed. Yeah, I'm retroing my siege missiles at the moment for exactly the same reason. I'll kill this dredge off and I'll show you my rhinos as they are so far. Got 1 rhino with 3 blade missiles and 1 V2H with 3 blade missiles, and they did quite a lot of damage. if you go on Tuggy's Cuttlefish, you can check things like that quite easily. In fact, we can do it once I've killed this if you want. Retrofit menu. Missile system. So yeah, 40.4%. Let's take it all the way to R15. And you get 40.9%. Hey Darth Davids, welcome to my stream. We're definitely breaking records with 4 viewers. So these, the Rhino and the V2H have both got 3 blade missiles on them. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, there's the little walking man. Yeah, so V2H has got 3 blades on it. Rhino has 3 blades and 2 disruptor missiles. So I put 3 on there. So you can see they do a fair bit of damage. Imagine it with 3 times the damage and firing every half a second, I think. Yeah, the graphic came up after I heard the noise first, and then the graphic came up. If you can get yourself the blade missile, Darth David, I would go for that. If not, as soon as you can get it, refit them. And personally, I would not bother with the torpedoes. I would put more disruptor missiles on. The disruptor missiles fly so quickly that they will kill things before your torpedoes hit. Let's have a look in Huggies. That's good. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Hi guys, I am back. Just having a quick chat with the wife. Yeah, it was I recognised off from Bryce's stream. I'm not sure that the extra 3 speed is worth the drop in damage. Damn, I was muted. Don't know if I was muted for all of that or not. So we'll quickly cover it. I closed it. Basically, it looks to me like the missiles do more damage. And personally, I think I would take the slight drop in speed for that extra DPS. As I keep saying, I am a noob at this, massively so. Every stream is a chaotic start, which I then stumble my way through. I'm slowly getting better. Then hey, I look more professional with my flashy prices wrong overlay. It never used to matter, there was no one watching before. To add to the professionalism, I suspect any minute now my dogs are about to go nuts as my wife's next customer turns up. So there will be a rapid muting at some point. Let me check how much uranium I've got. So I've picked up 80,000 so far this morning. It's quite strange. I very rarely catch Price's stream live. It tends to be either when I'm at work or too late in the day for me. But I usually watch the videos back, or listen to the videos back while I'm in the car. So lots of the names are familiar, and you kind of feel like you get to know people, but actually you don't really know who they are. So it's nice to have people actually on my stream. Siege missiles at the moment. I'm not sure what level I've got them up to, and I think they're about 36,000 a retrofit at the moment. And I'll have a look when we've finished this dredge at where I am to get him. Damn it! Needed to have killed that guy. Might have to come back in and get him. Yeah, you can put a bit more weight on the Frosty, can't you, to get 3 siege on there with decent specials and armour. As you might have guessed, I do like talking about ship builds. I can quite happily waste hours playing on Huggy's site. Just going to retreat and come back in and get that scout that I missed. Phalanx, I assume. It's what's going on mine. Frosty for the raid, which I've yet to start. I've had 2 Frosties available for ages, but never actually built the second one. Yeah, 15k is about the right amount. That's about what mine's going to have, and it seems to be the magic number for being able to survive a complete round of caustic warfare or siege in a raid. I think mine's going to have 3 D5E and maybe a D2E. I've changed the build so many times with the change in tech in the last week that it's hard to remember what I was going for. Yeah, completely agree. I get the impression that Kicks didn't realise how hard the raid would be for everyone, and so they've just dumped a whole load of new tech out to help us deal with the new threat rather than just tweak the new threat. The time limited campaign we've got at the moment wasn't something that was planned. We were supposed to be getting the Scourge base attack thing, and strangely that got delayed, and they gave us a campaign to win a hull specifically designed to fight the new enemy. they've got a whole load of new specials which are designed to help fight the Scourge. It just screams of the classic lack of testing that they do, and then answering it by putting more power creep in, more new expensive things. Yeah, the campaign is hard. I've been through the first 2 levels and I'm now waiting until I've got better ships built before I tackle it again, before it ends. And you really need a fleet that can get you elite tier in the Forsaken mission. I've said a couple of times, my personal opinion is if you don't have the fleets to do that, that should be something you really focus on. So much key tech comes out in that elite tier of the Forsaken mission that you really want to be aiming to be able to do it at least once a week. Have a look on YouTube, there's plenty of videos for advice on it. I don't know what tech you've got. Higher fade Jugex's spotting for Mastodons seems to work. I agree, Cuttlefish, definitely. Certainly more key tech has come out in that than the raid recently. Everything I got in the raid I could quite happily live without, which was slightly annoying. So yeah, I use a Frosty with Crusaders. The Frosty has Siege Battery on, which I think, and Phalanx, which I think is really important for dealing with the Forsaken mission targets. Yep, exactly same. I think you could safely invest a couple of months in building ships for the Forsaken mission, knowing that it's going to be stable. I can't remember how long we had it before the recent change. Probably 2 years that the Forsaken mission hadn't changed. So I would definitely put the time into building a fleet to do the Forsaken mission. As Cuttlefish said earlier, if you've got Fusion Cruisers and D98s, a fleet of those is great for the Forsaken mission. I use the Frosty Crusader fleet. You've seen me use for almost everything. It's my go-to fleet at the moment. I've used my High Evade Jugex to Mastodons and a Triton for some of it. That works really well once the ships are dead. Even, I think you could probably build a really nice siege missile V2H fleet to do it. Probably something like 4 siege missiles, some countermeasures, and lots of evade. Should do it. I've seen people recently doing 85s with V2Hs. Admittedly, there are 10 V2Hs with blade missiles, but you said you've got assault disruptors. Sorry, disruptor missiles. getting this dredge, and then maybe have a play at putting together something that we think could do an 85 in the Forsaken mission for you, if you want. If not, tell me to shut up and I will quite happily get back in my box. Yeah, like the Saint said, break it down into steps. I will attempt this week to get a video of me doing an 85 for almost instant repair. It takes time and patience and reasonable driving on my part, but it is possible. Just by taking it in little tiny chunks. 1 second, dogs are going nuts, as I did warn. Think they've sharp. Yeah, so if you break it down into chunks and do 1 pod of turrets at a time and then retreat, as long as you've got reasonable evade, you should be able to do it for instant repair. 1 second, I'll be right back. Yeah! Come in. Lead, is it? Okay, sorry about that, folks. So, where were we? 1 second. I think I'm back this time. Yeah, some advice there from Saint and Cuttlefish. I would prioritise the Forsaken mission over the raid personally. You could probably get a fleet that will do both. Okay. Assault disruptors. evade. A few phalanx to a lot of the missiles you can shoot down. I don't know if you got speed system 4 in tier 3 yet. Let's go with that. I would go with solid fuel boost 3 over missile system, because that way you can outrange the V2Hs and the SCXs, and 26 combat speed should give you enough to stay in front of them as well. If we're going to make it a multi-purpose fleet for fighting the Scourge, you really want agility system for the anti-pinch. And then I would go with MC3. The amount of armour you could up, because we've got some spare weight. You could fill it with D5. Yeah, I went for agility to make it multi-purpose, with the Scourge pinching everything. You could go pure guidance Scrambler 3 just for evade. I would also work on retrofitting them up to R10 personally. It's going to take a while, I know, but it's you got to go for the things that are going to help you most long term. So with the retros that I've got, you end up with 76% evade, which is pretty good. 78% missile defense, 60% ballistic defense, and you can quite easily fit a fleet of 4 of those together. Put some rank on it and see what the damage is like. You're doing 10,000 DPS per ship to buildings, so you should kill a turret in just over a second. An alternative option. Have you got siege battery at all, Bath? Because what you could do as an alternative is hopefully we can get the speed to match. I like the idea of using a tank. So again, you could go for similar specials. Seeing as it's a tank, say commission tank, you go straight evade. MC3, and in that case we'll go for countermeasures 3. And if you load this guy up with evade, you get up to 87% evade. You get much better missile defences. I would stick some sort of launcher, ideally D98 if you've got it, if not any launcher, just to give it some range, and then pack it full of phalanx. You will be able to outrun the mortars, and that will give you a lot of protection from the missiles, and it can take a beating if you compare it to the, you got almost, it can take almost twice the amount of damage, and it's got more evade than the V2H is. And you could build a few of these and just rotate them out, so sit this in front of the V2Hs, kill as many as you can before this dies, and then stick another one in. It's similar to the technique I use. I let my frosty tank and set everything else behind it as I go around, and that takes all the damage. Yeah, that's an idea. Kodiaks can do 85s, particularly if you've got some phalanx on there. Liam from the BV show has got a video out of his Kodiaks doing an 85. I would recommend using a long pinch on the Wendigo and rushing in to kill it. They do quite a lot of damage. Obviously they slow you down a lot. But that a V2H fleet like that, packed with missiles and some phalanx, will do the raid quite well, but will also get you through, should get you through 85s in the weekly. Don't touch 75s, they do more damage and they pay out less points. And now we'll try and do a few more dredges. No problem. If you've got any questions, drop me a message on here. I will be quite happy to try and answer them and help you put something together. Cool, Saint. What are you using to hit the Reaver holdouts? Yes, I would. And I plan to win some in just over a week's time. I think the assault deflection that's built in is going to really help handle the corrosive damage. That damage done over time, which eats away quite a lot of your ship's health. I'm guessing the assault deflection is enough to deal with most of that. And if I wanted Visago's prototype hunter, I would definitely build that. But as we discussed earlier, I think I'm probably very unlikely to win one of those. Some of my alliance have got prototype hunters already. Haven't really seen them do very much yet except hit cargo. Everyone's desperately trying to rank them up at the moment. Yeah, I tried one enforcer last night when I did my stream. I've only got one enforcer built, but I didn't think about using the Highlander with it for the reload buff. I used my Grimshine's Wrath for the overload boosts, might give that. I might try my one enforcer with the Highlander and an Aegis. Might give that a go. 2 hours damage is pretty good. The assault deflection is like the siege deflection on the Neptune, so it's a flat reduction in damage after all your defences, and I think it's 60 points. Given that we have no defences against corrosive damage, that's the only thing we can get. Yeah, that's a good point on the Highlander for the reload buff. So yeah, the assault deflection. The way the Scourge corrosive damage works is it's an amount of damage. I think I've gone too far here. We will see. No, got over that. It's an amount of damage done per, I think, 0.2 seconds. So obviously it builds up over the 6 seconds or so that it's running to do quite a lot of damage, but it's quite a small amount of damage, I believe. I may be wrong. So taking 60 points off it each time will cut down a lot. I guess I will see. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not going to have any prototype hunters built for the raid, but I'm pretty sure 2 or 3 people in my alliance will have full fleets of them by then. And I may be able to stream them a little bit, hitting some stuff. So either way, I will see them hitting stuff with them, so we'll see how it works. If they look really good, I might then end up building a fleet. Oh, came in the wrong spot. Yeah, and if I get to watch them in action and they look good, I will certainly let you all know. Thanks, man. Enjoy work. I'm kind of enjoying my work at the moment. Please stop by again. It's good to have people to talk through some stuff with, look at some builds and things. That's another one ready to go. Looking forward to getting Banshees built with the new Torpon so that I can do all of the ships in these. Make use of some of my older fleets to clear out the islands. And then once I've killed this one, I'm going to take a break because I am coming up to 3 hours on this stream. I really should get some work done. They are, Darth David. There is a link somewhere. I'll see if I've still got it to show you. It's been confirmed by Doom Rooster that it is going to be a co-op raid. Thanks to Cuttlefish for pointing me at that. Yeah, I closed it unfortunately, and I haven't got it saved. I wonder if it's still in the chat up here. No. 1 second, I will find it in my history. Sorry guys, had to mute then. Dogs were being stupid. So yeah, there's the post. Co-op is planned to be enabled for the next raid. Hopefully that means we will have many happier pirates in the world. Sorry about the dogs barking there. I'm surprised it's not been put on any of the Facebook pages that we're getting co-op for the next raid. It was news to me. I tend to avoid the forums apart from looking for update notes and works in progress and raid information and that sort of thing. Oh, the spam is back. sorted that out. Yeah, banned now. Two lots of spam is enough. If anyone wants the link for that, that's not it. So I'm having to rapidly mute my mic at the moment as my dog's tried to say hello to the dog my wife is about to start grooming. I think they finally shut up. 180k's worth of uranium. That should keep me going for a while. I just check my retrofit lab. Get more uranium from the weekly, obviously. Which I should be starting tonight. If I can get my fleet repaired in time. That's got an hour left. Not many tokens, I don't think. No. So currently going to R10, which was 36 hours. That's going to be 72,000 for the next lot of retros. Might have to spread those out a little bit. I might start retroing missile systems. I'm seeing as my latest fleet's using guided missile system. A bit of an accuracy boost would be good. Yeah, I think I'm going to end things there. Thanks to everyone that stopped by. It's made it a lot more enjoyable having people to chat to. Enjoyed working through builds and things with people. If Darth David, if you've got any questions about builds or you want any help with a Forsaken mission fleet, please drop me a message. Usual stuff. Wrong one. I think everyone that's watching at the moment has already followed me on Twitch. Anyone on YouTube, feel free to jump over to Twitch, follow me. There's a link in the YouTube video as well for following Battle Pirates, so you can catch other streamers, people like Wizard, who also streams. Like and subscribe on YouTube, and I will catch you all later.